London of Stockton Mortgage. We wanted to take a little bit of time out of our day just to kind of help you guys learn about credit and why it's important. So here we go. All right, so what exactly is credit? Why is it important, and what doors can that open for us?
Absolutely. I think that's a great opening question. Credit is extremely important for many reasons. It is something, just like you said, it can open many doors for you, whether you want to buy a house, a car, that boat you've always wanted, whatever it may be. Having credit and having good credit is something that's going to go a long ways for you. So we're here today just to educate you guys on what that looks like, what all goes into credit, and how you could keep a good score and maintain that for years to come. Like I said, what all goes into credit? There are 3 bureaus. I'll start with that. You have Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Those are the 3 major credit bureaus, all of which you're going to have a score through. In the mortgage world, you'll have a FICO score. It's kind of a compilation of everything you've got going on in your credit landscape. We want to break that down, what goes into that, and again, what you can be doing to keep a good score and grow that score as well.
So credit's made up of 5 different parts.
Yeah.
What goes into that?
Yeah, so like Alyssa said, there are 5 things that impact your credit score and make up that score. First, you have payment history. That's the largest of the 5, makes up 35% of that score, so it's a huge deal. We want to make sure that you're making payments on time. That is huge. Outside of that, you have amounts owed, so what your balance is, what your credit limit is, if it's a credit card, kind of account like a credit card, home equity line, whatever it may be, what is your balance on that card compared to the limit that you have. Outside of that, you have your length of credit history, new credit, and then your credit mix. So your credit history not only means, payment history, but also how long have you had that account, how long has it been open. That's equally important as well. And then having a credit mix is important. You want to not only have maybe a credit card or 2, but you also want to have potentially some other lines of credit as well that have been extended to you. Even if that's an auto loan that you're going to pay off or you're paying off quickly, having gone through the avenue of having credit extended to you is going to play a positive role in building your score.
Excellent. So you did mention making payments on time is a big deal, and I know a late payment isn't just one day. What is a late payment in the credit world?
Absolutely. So I think commonly, we think of something being late as maybe your due date was the 1st of the month, it's the 2nd of the month, you're now late. In the credit world, that's actually not true. If your payment is due the 1st of the month, unless you're going 30 days past that, it's not going to be reported or considered late. So something to take note of. We'd rather see you, even if it's the end of the month, try and make that payment and avoid that late if at all possible.
Absolutely. And then how does your credit usage play into that? What is the goal usage of your revolving credit?
Yeah, so going back to the second thing I mentioned there, your credit usage, that plays a 30% role, so a really big role in your score and how that's impacted. Your credit usage to all 3 major bureaus, again, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, they want to see you have a credit usage of 30% or lower. So if you have, let's say, 3 different credit cards, maybe each one has a credit limit of 1,000, whatever it may be, you want to add the credit limits up together, in this case 3,000, and you want to use no more than 30% of that. So even if you're putting quite a bit of your expenses that month on the card, try and get it paid down to where you're under that number, or ideally, you don't have a balance at all.
Right, perfect. And then as parents, it's really important that we set a good example for our kids. So what are some things that we can do to help our kids build good credit from the start?
Absolutely, that's a great question. I think it's so important to not only educate them, but also do some things as well to start to generate a score for them. One of which could be maybe you put them on a credit card as an authorized user. You go into your local bank, credit union, get them a credit builder loan. There are a lot of programs out there to not only educate, but also help children and young adults start to build credit. It's important that we take it upon ourselves to be a good role model for them and help them build those skills from a young age.
That's awesome. Those are all great things to know and ways that you can incorporate everyday life into building good credit scores. So I really
Yeah.
appreciate you coming on today and kind of teaching us those things. I look forward to chatting with you again and
Absolutely.
helping walk people through the lending side of the home buying process.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem.